When you were charged with stunt driving or racing in Ontario, you realized that the officer was in a car that was driving in the opposite direction. Now, you have questions. You have questions about the radar and you have questions about the charge. Is this possible? How can they get a radar reading in the opposite direction? So let's investigate. Believe it or not, technology changes and it's advanced for people charged with stunt driving. So sometimes you may wish it hadn't, but police cars, they can be equipped with a handheld radar gun and stationary radar installed within these vehicles. And these radar devices can detect the speed of other cars while the police car is actually in motion. So that means that if you pass a police car that's traveling in the opposite direction and its radar equipment detects that you are speeding, the officer may decide to pull you over and hand you a stunt driving ticket. This radar is just as accurate and effective as any other radar reading. This radar reading is just as effective as evidence in your stunt driving case, and these readings are rarely wrong. Once this stationary radar catches you over 40 kilometers in a speed limit zone under 80 kilometers, or more than 50 kilometers in a speed limit zone over 80 kilometers, the officer will likely inform another officer up ahead or pull a U-turn and charge you with stunt driving at the roadside. And this will result in immediate 30-day license suspension in Ontario and a 14-day vehicle impoundment. So can I challenge this radar reading? Well, you can always challenge the radar if you want to, but the issue is, though, it's not so simple, because to challenge the radar that appears to be accurate and is calibrated involves going to trial for your stunt driving charge. And at that trial, you would have to prove that the radar was actually wrong, even though it appears to be accurate in the evidence. The risk is that at a trial, if you lose, then you will face the full penalties of stunt driving, which include that mandatory 1 to 3 year license suspension and a $2,000 to $10,000 fine. There is no way around this, and you could face possible imprisonment and more. So what can I do? Well, the first things first, let's get legal advice from a law firm that specializes in stunt driving charges in Ontario. They will be able to lay out your options and develop a strategy that could keep you driving regardless of the reading of the radar.